Hello, I'm Lowell Martin, and this is MCC Today. Do you like salad?
Thank you to the teachers for encouraging me when I wasn't sure where to start, for seeing my potential even when I didn't, for inspiring me to reach farther and try harder.
Thank you, MCC. You helped me change my future.
Find your wings at MCC.
And we are back, and we have Coach T.J. Carter. I was looking at the wrong name for some reason. You're the tennis coach here at Meridian Community College.
Right.
Welcome. And you just said you've been here 3 years.
Yeah, this will be my third season.
Okay. Has it flown by?
It really has. Oh, my goodness.
Now, where were you before us?
So before here, I was at Jones for one season and then at Hines Community College in Raymond as their assistant for 3 years.
Okay. So you've been in the South pretty much. Okay. So it wasn't a huge transition to come over here. Are you enjoying it?
I am. I love it here. I played here for Coach McPhail, so being back, has been wonderful.
That woman was a force to be reckoned with.
Yes.
I mean, she took no prisoners. I loved Coach McPhail, but it's like, this is what she expected. You better do it. How much of her philosophy have you kept?
I think a good bit. I think she was very, kind of blue collar in her approach, and I feel kind of the same way, which I'm sure we'll talk about in a minute. We're getting some upgrades to our facility and stuff. But she always preached, and it's what I say, like, you don't come here because of the glit and the glamour. You're coming here to work hard because we play a good tennis schedule and because you want to get better. And so I think I've hopefully kept a good bit of what she instilled in me and carried it over now to my own philosophy.
And she was also very adamant as far as that they were not just athletes, but they were scholars too. And those grades had better be up there, and they had better be good. And she would take you off the court in a minute.
That's right. No, I tell them that's what we want. Just because you can win on the court doesn't mean you're playing. You got to win on the court, in the classroom, when we work out. And they've done a good job. My first year here, my men's team was academic team of the year in the conference. And then last year they missed it. I think whatever school finished ahead of us had like a 3.66, and we had a 3.65. So we missed it by like 0.02. Right. And the women were academic team of the year. So try to carry that over as well. I think you see a good bit of them. We do. You've done a good job of letting them come and scan in and do the study hall, and it's been great for me to not have to just watch over them like a hawk, teach them a little time management.
Well, and I haven't told you this, or I might have said it our last interview, but, I fuss. I go around and I see what they're doing, and I'm like, that is not studying. I don't know what you think you're doing, but that's not it.
Yeah.
You need to get to studying. Now, how many players do you have at the moment?
So we have 18 players.
Is it evenly split
so
between men and women? Or?
We have 8 women this year and 10 guys.
Okay. Is that a good team? Is that a good
Yeah,
size?
that's a good number. You're allowed to have 12. Okay. And last year we had 8 guys, 11 women, so it just always kind of back and forth on the numbers, but it's a good bit to have.
Okay. And as you were talking about facilities earlier, we have here on campus, I think it's 4 courts, but 4 clay courts, right?
4 concrete. They're concrete.
Concrete, pardon me. I don't know where I got that, but they're 4 concrete, but let's face it, we've needed an upgrade for a while.
Right.
And we're finally getting an upgrade. So across the street from us, where the old East Mississippi State Hospital was, which is no longer there, and we had a dorm over there as well, they are going to make you new tennis courts and an office and all of that. How excited are you?
Man, I am so excited. It's been a long time. I think it was talked about before I was even hired, and so to now be here and see it, and we've had the meetings, and then to have the plan. Finally, this is what it's going to look like. To now, I think they're, drawing it up for construction bids to come in, then to see it, start being built, this year and be finished April next year. It's going to be, I can't wait.
Now I did not know this before, but because we only have 4 tennis courts, we were not able to host meets. Am I correct in that?
Yeah, you're correct.
So in the new facility, we will be able to host, am I correct?
Right, yeah, so right now we play out at Northeast off Highway 39. They got 10 courts, they give us 8, but yeah, with our 8, we'll be able to have home matches. We play a lot of double headers out at Northeast because Meridian's a good hub for people stopping through. And so now we'll be able to host, even more teams than us, at our own place. And so it's going to be there's a big tournament in the fall that we've always held out there that'll get to move and be closer to here. And so I think it's going to be really great.
That is going to be wonderful. And I think in addition to the tennis courts, there's also going to be a softball field, and they've got a big plan for that area.
Yeah.
It is going to be phenomenal. When someone how do you get your tennis players? Do they approach you? Do you go out looking for them, or is it a little bit of both?
Yeah, it's a little bit of both. We're allowed to have, which our rules are changing, starting this fall, we're going to be allowed to have 3 players, not from Mississippi, where now we're only allowed, 2. And so for those, they're always towards the very top of our lineup. And so they normally are they're not from America, they're from another country. We have a girl from the Dominican Republic, a girl from Venezuela, a guy from France, and then a kid who grew up in Venezuela, but then moved to North Carolina like 5 years ago. So it's a lot of me reaching out. They'll post, there's Facebook groups, YouTube, just kind of meeting the people who sent me them, reaching out to them. But then the Mississippi kids is a lot of me, reaching out to kind of the first ones I try to get, which we have 11 schools with tennis, so we're all trying to get those kids.
Sure.
And then there's a few, I'm going to miss somebody, and they'll email me and I'll go out and watch them practice, watch them play, bring them in for a visit. And so it's a little bit of both.
Well, now, what do you look for? When you're talking to them, when you're seeing footage of them playing, what exactly are you looking for?
Yeah, tennis-wise, I'm looking for, all the way through different things.
Can you play?
Yeah, can you play? Can you keep the score?
Okay.
Do you have your own? Now, I look for, like on the serve, there's 3 major different types of serves. There's a kick, a slice, a flat. I want to, can you hit those? Can you hit them to all different areas of the service box? Where do you stand? If you're just rallying or hitting in the point, where are you standing on the court? Your technique on your ground strokes, your forehand, backhand, your technique on your volleys, things like that. And then, especially it's more here, the Mississippi kids, I tell them, I want to see you at your practice. I don't want you to know I'm there. I want to see you at your toughest match. I want to see you at your easiest match because I want to see how you treat your teammates, your coach at practice. I want to see your attitude, your effort in your toughest match. But then in your one that you're going to go and you're going to beat this guy 6-0, 6-0, are you going to keep that same toughness and enthusiasm and, mentality in that one as well?
Do you look for academics?
Yes, I do. I mean, it's not a huge part.
Are academics as important or more important than attitude to you?
I think attitude's probably more important. I think you can't teach values. I can foster your values, and grow you academically. I can get you in a classroom. I can make you study. We can get you a tutor.
Okay.
And I do think, I want high academic students, but I think we do a good job here that, if you're not the best student coming out, we'll come here and we'll help you foster that with study skills and in the new Source Center, Success Center, we'll help you academically.
Well, I want to thank you for being here today. Excuse me. I want to thank you for being here today, and I can't wait to have you back to talk about the new facility.
Yeah, it's going to be good. Thank you.
We'll be right back.
Not essential. Never let anyone tell you that again. Never doubt your abilities to make a difference. How do I know this about you? Because I'm a teacher. I am the one who will push you harder and farther than you could have ever imagined. Teach you things that you never thought possible. And if you will give me 100%, then I will stand shoulder to shoulder with you, and together we will change your future. MCC, find your wings.
Welcome to MCC Update. I'm Justin Humphrey. For all of you who grew up on Shrek and went a trip down memory lane, Local students are putting on Shrek Jr. February 4th and 5th. Showtime starts at 3. Get your tickets today. Moving on, Love Art, MCC, students, family, faculty, and community have put out 35 brand new pieces of art, different styles, at the Campus Art Gallery. If you want to check them out, they will be on display through February 16th. Last but not least, who doesn't love winning? Well, with the canned food drive between MCC and MSU Meridian at the end of the fall semester, MCC came out on top. These canned foods were given to the Hope Village for Children and MCC Food Pantry. That's it for your MCC Update. Join us next week.
Meridian Community College. For more than 75 years, we've helped students soar. Establishing the first tuition guarantee program in Mississippi, we put our students first, while creating pathways into the workforce and offering a seamless transition to a 4-year degree. Now is the time to find your purpose and register today, because those who move forward never get left behind. MCC, find your wings.
And today we have a special guest. We have Miss Morgan Parten. How are you doing?
Good, how are you?
Doing well. And I have a feeling that you might have been strong-armed into being here.
Of course.
But I'm glad that you're here. Now, you actually graduated from Meridian Community College a few years ago.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you were in, now what was the program you were in?
At the time, it was called Healthcare Data Technology.
Okay. Which is under the umbrella of the Business Office Technology program. Am I correct? Okay. And as we were talking just a moment ago, you know, you kind of, things kind of happened.
Right.
But where are you working right now?
I work at Southeast Elementary in Special Needs Department as a teacher's assistant.
Do you enjoy that?
I do.
We need really good assistants and we need really good teachers.
Right.
My niece is actually one of, she teaches in that, and as I said, it's a calling.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you are here today to talk about something near and dear to all of our hearts.
Mm-hmm.
Would you tell us a little bit about it?
We are currently getting ready to have our second annual walk for Tanya Renee Ocampo.
Mm-hmm.
This is our memorial fundraiser. It's going to be on April 15th. Once fully funded, this endowment that we started last year will sponsor scholarships for students in the future.
In that particular program, or scholarships for that particular program?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I believe so.
Okay. And how did it go last year?
It went good. It went good. It was cold. It was wet, but it went good. A lot of people showed up and showed out. So.
To show their support.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent.
Yes, sir.
Now, what kind of things will be going on there this year?
Well, we're going to hopefully have some live music.
Okay.
We're going to be there's going to be people showcasing jewelry, food, customized items, makeup, beauty aids, etc. But there will also be food.
We love food.
Yes.
You can just look at me and
I love food.
it's oh good. Okay.
They will have food in the concession stand, but there will also be like people set up also to sell their food. One of them is the Grill Man.
Grill Man.
He
I love
is here from Meridian, and he will be grilling out some wings, ribs, sausages, and maybe a few ribeyes, depending on, you know, who wants that.
My mouth just started watering. Okay.
And they'll also have J Fields Catering and Sweet D's there also.
Okay. And you said that, you know, if you want to bring some cash, that's wonderful. But if not, they will have debit and credit card readers.
Yes.
So that's available.
Yes.
Okay.
Like for the MCC side, there will be like QR codes that they'll be able to scan. There will be credit card readers, but not all the vendors will have those. So
Okay.
please, if you don't mind, bring a little bit of cash.
A little bit of cash to get you that ribeye if it's
Well,
there.
that he's good to go. He's got a QR scan code, so he's good. He's
Okay.
good.
What, if you don't mind me asking, how did you become involved with this?
Me and Miss Ocampo, we were friends when I started the program in 2013. I believe it was her first time coming here, and then she kind of took over. But throughout the program, we just became really good friends and never really stopped communicating after graduation. So
And she did that with a number of her students.
She did.
She managed to stay in touch, and she managed to find out. She wanted to know how you were doing.
She sure
Every time you
did.
saw her, she wanted to know how you were doing. She tried to avoid my show many times, as many people do. They just do not like to be on camera. But it is so wonderful that to bring something to bring more awareness out of tragedy.
Right.
And this will help, and it will also help in the future for people. Once we get this endowed, it will help in the future with a lot of, hopefully, a lot of scholarships and just a lot of awareness
Right.
and what to look for,
Right.
hopefully,
Right.
to let people know.
Because, years down the road when people are qualified for this scholarship, they're going to look at the name and, there's a story to tell. And she had a great one. She sure did. And she was a great person. So,
She truly was.
and just raising the awareness towards her. And that's just really good.
It's so important, and I think nowadays, when I was growing up, you didn't hear about the mental illness, you didn't hear about domestic violence as much, and I'm not saying that it did not occur, I just think that we just didn't talk about
Right,
it.
right.
And the minute, these are things that must be talked about, that must be discussed, so that tragedy will not occur. And hopefully in the future, people won't have to deal with this.
I sure hope so.
It truly is when you get into looking at so many of the causes, and I just applaud y'all in what you're trying to do and what you're doing. About how many do you think, how many people were involved with it last year? Because I know, just to get you in, just because when you go to something and you see the setup and it looks like everything's going smoothly and all that, there was a lot of work involved in getting it to look like that.
Right.
About how many people do you have? Do you know?
Just like working the concession stand and vendors.
Well, yes, and working behind the scenes to get
Yeah.
everything together.
Oh, it was quite low, over 100, I'm sure. It was several people that devoted their time and their effort into making it happen. So.
And I think many people, as soon as they heard the name and what it was for, were like all in 100%. I think we
sure.
had that
For sure.
immediately, just immediately.
Even now, we've been talking with people about simply the wings. Like, we'll buy them from a company, and this lady, she just wanted to help as much as she could because she loved Miss O. So, we're finding new people every day. We talk about her that, I know her, that remember a story of her. So, it's really good.
And then also I think it shows sometimes how much people influence others, sometimes without even knowing it, because she was who she was. She had that personality. She had that, she was outgoing. She was, but sometimes just a greeting in the morning, sometimes just how you doing, sometimes just you don't know how you're affecting that person.
Right.
And it's amazing to see, and hopefully we can get more of it. So tell me the date again.
It's going to be April 15th. It's going to be at the MCC track. That's
Okay.
where everything will be located. The vendors, the food, singing, all that will be there.
Do you have to register?
We do have a registration. There will soon be a link hooked up to where you can do it ahead of time. But if you don't, that's fine. It is a $15 registration fee. You can do it there on scene. We're also getting links for the T-shirt purchases, donations, and vendor booth registration. The T-shirts
Okay.
is a T-shirt that is a memorial for this walk. It
Good.
has Miss O's name on there.
Good.
And the
Okay.
date.
Well, listen, thank you so much for being on.
sir.
I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
And I hope that a lot of people, I hope you get out. I hope you bring a little bit of money to spend, and I hope there are some extra ribeyes because I'm going to need them. But thank you, and I maybe have you on afterwards to talk about how it went.
Sure. Thank you.
We'll be right back.
Since 1996, The MCC Foundation Tuition Guarantee Program has provided students an opportunity to find their potential. Thousands of students have benefited from the program. Over $6 million have been invested in the students who learn and live right here in our community. This program is funded by individuals and businesses who believe in our students, our families, and the economic impact of an education at Meridian Community College. Now is your chance to offer support. Give today at meridiancc.edu/give.
And we are here. We have the wonderful Mr. Wade Heggie. How are you doing?
Doing great. And yourself?
I'm doing well. It's a beautiful day.
It is perfect.
And it looks
outside.
like it's going to be an extraordinary day, I think.
I hope so.
Well, now you are the director most extraordinary of the fitness center.
Yes,
Am I
sir.
correct?
You're correct.
Do you have any other titles, or is that it?
Fitness center and adjunct instructor,
Okay.
but also it has changed over the years.
Yes,
From
it has.
Facility coordinator, fitness center manager, among other things over the years.
But now you're director.
I'm the director.
Is that better?
I mean, it's the title. I mean, it's a good thing, but again, we're still doing the same things.
Right.
Nothing really has changed with what we do. It's just managing. We just want to provide a healthy and safe environment for everybody that comes in there.
Now you are in charge of the Damon Fitness Center, and so what is provided? What is on offer at
Sure.
the Damon Fitness Center?
Probably-
It might be easier to say what's not on offer because y'all offer a lot.
We have biggest thing that we have is an indoor pool, and
Yep.
that has been there since 1990. Our facility has. So it's a heated year-round pool, and it's a great thing for people for taking aerobic classes or learning how to swim, lifeguarding courses that we're offering this semester, and among other things, or just for students that just want to come and hang out. We have a lot of people come down; they just want to swim or exercise on their own. A weight room that we have, a cardio area also. We have a dance room. We have everything from spin classes to yoga, bar classes that are also offered in there too. And besides that, we do offer our health classes and other classes offered in that same facility too.
Okay. Now with your swimming pool, I believe a lot of senior citizens take advantage of it, don't
We
they?
have a lot of people before they're going to have a surgery. They'll go in there to rehab or rehab post-wise also. We also work out our athletic teams in there too. So they're going in there to try to prevent anything from happening and stuff.
Sure.
But a lot of our seniors, they come in there, but a lot of times it's the only chance for them to get outside of the house. So they do that just to come to exercise, just to visit with their friends. But we have a lot of great time in there with them.
Okay. What hours is the fitness center open?
Sure. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday we open at 6 o'clock in the morning. Tuesday, Thursday at a little bit after 7.
Okay.
And we're there to 8.
Every night.
Every
Monday
night.
through Friday.
Monday through
Friday.
Monday
You're
through
there till
Friday.
8 p.m. Okay, so there is no reason people cannot come and take advantage of.
It's a great
the
avenue for
facility.
everybody.
Okay.
For students, it's free. We want
Right.
to emphasize that. There's no
Do
activity
you have to be
fees.
a full-time student
Full-time student is free.
Okay.
For a part-time student, it is $25 for the term.
for the whole semester?
Whole semester.
Okay.
So it's a great avenue for them just to relieve stress, for them just to find an avenue just to come in there just to work out.
Do you think we're becoming more aware of how important exercise is in our overall both health and mental health, physical health and mental health?
I think we're trying, but I think the problem is it starts at a young age. Many schools over the years have gotten rid of PE, and that was a great avenue for the students to relieve
What is
stress.
PPE?
PE. I'm sorry.
Oh, PE,
Yeah,
okay,
just
yes.
exercising.
Right, yeah, physical education, yes.
Instead of them going out there and just running, getting rid of that energy that they had, they were always locked up. We need more hours in the classroom, so the teachers would say, no, we're going to get rid of the PE component of it. Well, those students need that avenue just to exercise, and the studies are out there showing by people exercising, moving, doing anything like that, they're able to concentrate more, they're able to study more, and the grades would improve. A lot of schools in the U.S. have kind of quit that part of it. So we're trying to make sure to give them that opportunity for them to exercise.
Well, in my class, in the study skills class, I talk about stress, and one of the big things I recommend is take a walk. Do something to get that energy out. It's something productive to get that energy out, and it will benefit you in so many different ways. And I find myself, I love taking walks, and I'm so much calmer. It really does, affect your brain and your brain health. And I will tell students when they're coming and they're in a program, I say, look, why don't you put in a class or two so that you know you're going to be exercising at these times because it is so important. How can we encourage them to do that more?
One thing that we did a few years back was we have a walking trail. When you get outside of every classroom, there's a green stripe.
Right.
You follow that green stripe as a full mile loop. It incorporates our site, campus as a whole. So by you just looking out there, you're like, what is this stripe on there? And that's a full mile loop. So we want to encourage everybody just to move, just to exercise. Back in the day, it was strongly encouraged for everybody to take a class, an activity class, no matter what it was. Yoga, Pilates, kickboxing, learning how to use the weights, a swimming class. We even have a walking class, a jogging class. And one thing that's a benefit for us here at MCC is our faculty and staff are encouraged to do the same thing.
Yes, definitely.
And we're encouraged, we have 3 hours per week that we are encouraged to go out there and just work out. I mean, that's a great perk for us. And it is encouraged very much so. I know I need to do more. I mean, I know we all need to do more. But it's just an avenue out there that we're strongly encouraged. And again, it increases our health too.
What are they saying now that if you could get, 20 or 40 minutes per week? Have you looked at any of the studies to say about how much exercise it really is beneficial, how much exercise is beneficial for you?
I'll put it this way. When I used to teach health, I had my students had a log. I want you to write everything you eat and drink for 2 weeks. I don't care how healthy, unhealthy, whatever. A large fry, pick any place, was roughly 800 calories.
Oh my.
From a large fry.
Okay.
And I forgot how many hours of cardio you had to do to get rid of that. That's the issue right there. A milkshake from place A was 2,000 calories. An Oreo shake. They're good.
They're good, but you
the
pay for
problem
them.
you pay for it. So, again, I think from a student standpoint and from high school, most of them are athletes. They did a lot of stuff, and when they come here, they don't realize what they have to do.
Right.
So we're trying to teach that in our classes to encourage them. They need to work out. They need to exercise.
So if anybody has any questions, how do they get in touch with y'all to ask?
Sure. They can always come by.
Okay.
There's an email on our link. They can always email one of us. And our faculty members that we have there on staff too are always more than willing to help out also.
They are. Okay. Well, listen, thank you so much
No
for being
problem.
with us. And I want to have you on the show again because this is very important and we need to encourage as many people as we possibly can to get up and get moving.
I like that. Thank you very much.
We'll be right back.
Meridian Community College. For more than 75 years, we've helped students soar. Now is the time to find your purpose and register today because those who move forward never get left behind. MCC, find your wings.
On behalf of executive producers Tanisha Clark and Matt Milner, media mogul Josh Taylor, and student producer Tayshawn Gilbert, who's very tall, thank you for watching. We'll see you next week.